Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am your host Jitsuko Toshiro, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency updates. So today we have a weekly close on Bitcoin and we're going to go over that. I just want to remind you guys of one thing. So this is where I started, right? I originally found 3K and it was basically an Olympus DAO. I withdrew it and I flipped 3K into 20. And I posted all of my trades here on this thread, and I even posted my P&Ls. And I was letting everyone know that I was new to Twitter. I'm here to teach everyone how to trade. And you can scroll through all these tweets and I can show you guys that I caught the biggest move of them all, which is that FTX short. And I was in this short from about like 20K and I took it all the way down. And that got me to my 20K goal. Then I went and entered another short, and that eventually got me to my 50K goal. And as you can see here, this is basically what I have in my cold wallet. I don't trade with large amounts of money. I just trade like anyone else. I use 5K to maybe 1K at a time on pretty decent leverage, and I make my swings happen. Unfortunately, I was liquidated in my BNB short, but that's a story for another day. Today, I want to let you guys know that we're going to catch another big move. So I told you guys in previous videos that I've been sitting on my hands with my trades. And the reason being is because the market's really not giving me anything. And this is the weekly close that we had for Bitcoin. So with every week, I like to remind myself that, hey, patience is key. You have to wait for big moves. But before big moves come, you have to understand what the macroeconomics are. So right now, we are in the middle of a bear market. So let's draw some trend lines. This is the weekly review of Bitcoin. So bear with me. I won't be looking at any alts. If you're interested in alts, I'll do that in another video. So this is the massive trend line all the way down from the 60K level. One thing I'd like to note about crypto is we haven't had a relief rally. We typically do in bear markets. The last bear market that we had in 2018, we had a relief, basically almost was a 5x from these 3K levels almost all the way up to 15. So don't be surprised if we're going to retest this trend line. We haven't touched it since March of 2022. And I wouldn't doubt if we go somewhat parabolic, if that, but it's all about trading levels. So we're going to keep that there for now. I'm not saying, and I'm not really bullish just yet, but I'm just warning everyone that if you are waiting to short something, that you have to wait for a good setup. And right now we don't really have any. Now on the weekly time frame, we had a bullish close at that 17.2, and we might head up higher. One barrier of resistance, and let me extend this line, is this 18.5K. Now this is probably on the table. We're definitely going to probably come up and retest these levels. If we don't, I expect actually a rejection. So basically, the next moves that are coming are going to be explosive. What I mean by that is if we move to the upside, we're going to retest this level. And whether we move up or not, that is going to be explosive. And number two, if this week can't even get past this 17.2, I do expect this actually to just blow past this support, head all the way down to 15K and kind of consolidate there and maybe move lower. The reason why I say that is because the Bollinger Bands are tightening. I don't have any good Bollinger Band indicators up yet, but I just want to let you guys know that the volatility is getting tighter. Now, another thing I want to point out is we do have another trend line, a resistance all the way from here. Actually, let me adjust it. So we have another descending resistance, and that is actually closer. That is in confluence with this gray bar that I have here at this 18.1. So if we can't get past this 18.1, like I said before, I expect a explosive move to the downside. So what do I mean by that? We come up here, we test this line, maybe wick above, can't do it, and we come straight down. Now, we've seen this before. We can see it again. We saw a big 30% drop here. We saw another 30% drop here. And it can happen for weeks on end, and it doesn't matter. So just be ready for anything that's on the table. Now, we're in a bear market. Macroeconomics are telling us that interest rates are still high. So I wouldn't expect actually for us to go too high from here. If we do come higher than these levels that I'm pointing out, then we will come up to this 23-ish area. Will we pass that level? Most likely we won't. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to capitulate. And what do I mean by that? Let me show you guys something else. So with Bitcoin, one of the things that it tends to love to do is it likes to basically make you think we're headed up, and then it will drop on you. So just be ready for that type of scenario. And I think that we're actually being set up really well for that in this sense. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see that we can probably head up to 22K and then have that parabolic move down. But you have to basically use your indicators and use your judgment to your advantage and be patient for the big move. Now, always remain logical. So moving forward, if you guys want to short anything, you got to short the resistance. I don't think we're in a good area to short anything just yet. The reason being is because this resistance right here that I'm pointing out, 17.2K, is not going to hold for long. I think we'll consolidate here, maybe actually wick above it. And I don't know if we'll retrace this high at this 18.4, but I think that once we test this trend line at the 17.8, we could actually probably head lower. People are eyeing the 18.5 level. I think that's kind of out of reach. Why don't we just wait and see what happens with this trend line here? So if you have TradingView on your devices or on your computer, draw this trend line, see where it meets on your exchange, and set a short up there. Now, if you're looking long, if you are bullish and you want to disregard everything I'm saying, then you got to wait for a pullback. You don't want to long into resistance. What do I mean by that? Well, we're met with resistance here, and we're met with resistance even in this level right here at the 17.2. So the ideal setup is actually wait for that retest of this breakout, let it consolidate a little bit, and then wait for it to break upwards. That is the perfect long setup. Do not get trapped in this. And I warn you, people say bull, bear, this, that. Honestly, as long as you have a good setup and you have a plan, it doesn't matter if you're macro bull or macro bear. I think it's a bunch of garbage. I think the best way to do it is just trade what you see. And you can literally enter the trade and get out as soon as you're in profits. You don't have to rush it. Now let's look at the daily time frame. It's a more precise way to look at things. Now what I believe will happen this week is we might get a little scare and a push down to the 16.9 level, and we'll consolidate here. And we either move up to 17.6 and test this line, or we actually just go sideways and we hit this line and we move down. Wait until we reach crossroads though. Don't rush anything. You can see that the RSI is actually moving parabolic. That is a sign that there's way too many retail eager buyers at hand. So be patient. I know it's hard, especially because we just finished consolidating and we feel like maybe a $200 pump was a big pump, but it really wasn't. The weekly outlook is very small compared to the grand scheme of things. We didn't really make a big move at all. We have our key resistance and supports set up right here. We have our key diagonal trend lines here. If you guys want to be profitable, you have to be patient. I preach this to all the new traders out there. This is one of those things where you have to wait. Why do I say this with so much conviction? The reason why I say this is because I've traded this whole chop. And I learned the hard way that the more I try to trade, the more I'll lose. The market's always here. The market's always going to be here for you. So don't rush any of these moves. You got to wait for these moves right here. And you do it with low leverage. Don't be a gambling addict and go ham on your leverage. Literally just bet a small amount of your portfolio that you're comfortable with losing. And draw your trend lines, stick to the basics, put in your orders, and then execute them. If you're in profit and you take money too early, don't knock yourself on the head. You just made money. That's a positive thing. Now, the key thing, like I said, is we have to be patient. I told you guys I'm not trading anything here. I got stopped out of my BNB trade just because it was a bad trade, not because I wanted to, not because I thought I was going to profit off of it. I was literally trading the news, and it's money that I'm willing to lose. So just take a look here at these levels. Now, my move right now, technically, I am going to go short. Where am I going short? Well, I think I'm going to wait for this 17.9 level. This is tentative. I'm going to wait and see what the daily gives me. The thing with the daily time frame is we have a TD sequential, and this is actually a very powerful tool. So we have an 8 and a 9. So these are actually bearish on the daily. This means that the trend is getting weak, and we might have a reversal here. So that's kind of my outlook here. I got to be patient though. I'm not going to rush anything. I'm not jumping into a short just yet. I think Bitcoin will actually move up a little bit more before we head lower. I'm going to sit this one out, but I wanted to give you guys an update on whether or not I'm going to trade the price action as of now. And unfortunately, I don't see any setups just yet. I do have my trend line set up. I do have this strong resistance drawn here. However, we got to be patient. This is the weekly close. This is a weekly updated video. This might serve you for the rest of the week. If you don't watch my videos, at least watch, reference this one. This is what we're working with right here. This is what the price action is giving us. We've consolidated. So for example, we've actually consolidated here for quite some time. We consolidated in this range from 20K to 18 for about 6 months, 4 months. It took 4 months to get a 30% move. You're not going to catch all these little wicks. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible. So what you have to do is you draw your lines, you wait for the setup, and then you go with the flow. I think that's the key here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to wait. The most logical area to short is this 17.9, 17.5 area up here. If we can get there, great. If not, I'm going to wait. And that's basically what I'm going to do. If we blow past it, I know that I made a logical trade. And if I trigger my stops, that's fine. I have another short setup up here. But I'm not convinced that the bottom is in yet. And the reason why is because if you look at the weekly time frame and you look at the previous bear market, you don't have to get a huge wick candle to tell you that the bottom is in. You just need some bottoming formation candles. What do I mean by that? Look at this rounding bottom in 2018 and 2019. This took a couple months before you realize that the price is going bullish. You can see the same thing here. We don't have that. We don't have that rounding bottom. We don't have that wick. We don't have that just yet. So you got to be patient. Don't get caught in these longs. If you miss out on a move to the upside, that's fine. Just look for a short. Don't feel bad that you missed this weekly close. Don't feel bad if you're losing. Just get back to your bearings and get ready to trade some more. Because the moment you stop trading is the moment you stop making money. So best of luck to you. I hope you found this weekly outlook helpful. It's a fresh new week. We had a weekly close that looked semi-good, but I'm not convinced that the bear market is over just yet. I'm not even convinced we're going to 18.5. Am I ready if we go there? Of course. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys find it helpful, and I hope you guys trade well. The reason why I'm so hung up on Bitcoin, obviously, if you know, if Bitcoin does well, the rest of the cryptocurrency market does well. So I keep my eyes really tight on Bitcoin because I want to know where it's headed to let me know where to trade the alts. Bitcoin is my biggest traded asset. It's my number one money maker because it's the easiest asset to trade in the sense that the moves are kind of small. So I like to trade Bitcoin, but I cover alts because I like to gamble too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, smash that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys find this information helpful. Good luck trading this week, and just be aware of your price action and the way that you're setting up your trades. I wish you guys the best of luck. Seriously, this is a tough bear market, and I'm here with you guys. If you guys need anything, you know where to find me on Twitter or on YouTube. And like I said, this is my story right here. So I've been through a lot. A lot of it comes from a mental toughness of trading. Unfortunately, you have to put all emotions aside when you're trading, and you gotta just go with the flow. Let me know if you guys are profiting too. I would love to retweet some of the tweets. If people are profiting, just tag me in some of your, like, screenshot your P&Ls. I really want to see people winning. So, just keep me updated. Here's an example of like me winning on one of my trades here. You can go through my tweets. I post my P&Ls. I'm not some millionaire. I'm not rich or anything like that. I'm just a physician that enjoys trading. So I wish you guys the best of luck. Seriously, good luck. Good luck this week. Thank you.